All right, this video is going to help you cite your sources and hyperlink to pages. So in the rubric, it states for you, it says sources were included with all websites, books, or videos used to create this site. You should use books, websites, videos, and interviews. Before I get into how to cite sources, we clearly know how to go to Google and search for a website on something that we are writing about. Also, we should know how to go to a library or obtain a book for something we want to write about, and how to go to YouTube or ask people who have factual information about our topic. Um, on the example website that we started creating about volcanoes, for my order sequence steps for text structure writing for this website, I said I was going to talk about how earthquakes form. So I titled my page Shaky Steps In and Out. If you don't have access to actual books at home or can't get to a book right now, you can always go to Clever. You have several places where you can find books, one being Myon. You have the Alabama Virtual Library, and more. So I am going to go to Myon because we're all familiar with Myon. Your screen looks a little different than mine, but once I go to the library, I can click on search, and I'm going to search books that are about earthquakes. And as I see, this site has 13 books related on earthquakes. So I'm going to talk about earthquakes being formed, but I also see a book that I can go back and read about surviving earthquakes, which is one of the topics that I have. And then it's a lot of stuff that I can use here, actually. Protecting people from natural disasters. I said I was going to talk about how to save people from natural disasters. I see a book that I could use to talk about in my order earthquakes over a period of time. But I'm just going to start with this first book, simply titled Earthquakes. So I'm going to start the book, and as I see on the front cover, here's my author, Mary Shue. The title of my book is Earthquakes, and my author is Mary Shue. Gail, I'm not sure if Gail Smith, Dr. Gail Smith is also, no, that's the editor. So Mary Shue is my author. So I need to, when writing information from this book and I cite it, I need to put the author's name, which is Mary Shue, and then I'll put comma earthquakes. So let's just go in here and see if I can find some information that I need. Here we go. How earthquakes happen. And it says Earth's surface is called the crust. Huge pieces of rock make up the crust. These are called plates. So plates can push up against each other. One plate can also move under another. Sudden movement shakes the earth. So now I know that this is where it happened. So how it happens. So in the fault, I'll go back to my page. I can add a text box, and I can start my writing, and I can say earthquakes, and I am starting with a funny lead. Can be a shaky situation. That's my lead. I'm gonna do a little humor there. And I'm paraphrasing because notice that I'm not looking exactly at the book, so I'm paraphrasing what I just read. When Earth's crust moves, and I know from prior knowledge that these are called tectonic plates. and it's tectonic. The ground shakes. And of course, I need more information than this, but I'm just doing an example for the video. So I want to highlight this word because this is going to be a vocab word. I'm going to put that in my glossary. And now I'm going to cite that I got this from the book. And I can jump back now to my book. This author is Mary Schuh. So I'll make sure I spell her name right. Mary, Schuh. And the title of the book is Earthquakes. So now I have cited, I paraphrased what I read in the book and the title, and I got this information. I didn't copy it exactly, so it's not a quote, but I did get this thought and these ideas from Marie Schuh in the books Earthquakes. So I can also go back to more books about earthquakes, and I could find information that I need for my topic. And I have my info here as well. And lets me know that this is going to tell me about an overview. Oh, yes. So I need some of this information so I can read this. Start the book. Notice that there's an author there, Renee C. Redman, and the title of my book is Anatomy of an Earthquake. So on my website, I will put Renee C. Redman, Anatomy of an Earthquake once I cite some information from here. So this gives me a lot of more information than the last book, and it also gives me some words that I may want to use on my website. So it tells me what an earthquake is. It's sudden chaos. This tells us about all parts of the earth and how they are formed. It tells me about what I was just talking about the tectonic plates. And it gives me a breakdown for each one of them. And then see, this is like finding fault, like finding a reason, who is this for? But it's really a fault is a part of the earth that causes earthquakes. But I like how they use that catchy title. So this book gives me a whole lot of information that I can use to insert information for my website. Remember, if I copy in a sentence just like it is in the book, I have to use quotation marks because then it becomes a quote. But if I read the information, put the book away, go to my website and type the information, I'm paraphrasing, but I still need to cite where my thoughts came from, what author my thoughts came from. Also, I may want to go to a website. So if I type in a Google search, how do earthquakes happen? Google is not the website that I use. That's the search engine. So I need to go to an actual site. So this takes me to a site. This site is USGS Science for a Changing World. And it can tell me how, if I read about how the earthquake forms, and it has some other information here, has some pictures here. I want to use some of this information inside of my website. Like if I want to quote the information about the California plates, if I copy this, and this is not going to make sense because I'm not reading or putting it in a certain order. I'm just doing it as an example for my website. I'm quoting, so notice that I open quotation marks. I'm going to press Control V to paste the exact sentence, and I'm going to close it with quotation marks. So now when I cite this word, I need to cite it from the website. There's no author listed here, so I will just put the name of the website which is Science USGS, Science for a Changing World. So I'm going to go to my website and I'm going to type that USGS, Science for a Changing World. Now, I also got to get my exact website where this information comes from. So to hyperlink that in, I'm going to highlight the title of the website. I'm going to go back to the website. And once you click up here, this gives you the exact website where you went. I'm going to just simply copy this. And because I don't want all of this on my web page, when I go back to my web page, I'm going to insert a link just like I did for my table contents. So I click on insert link, but this web page is not already on my website, so it won't populate down here. I just simply have to click here and I'm going to paste that link that I just copied, and then I'm going to press apply. And so that is going to hyperlink my website's page to where I got this information from. And if you see here, it'll take me right to this page if I click on it when I'm in preview mode. Okay. But if I click on it now, it's going to give me a redirect warning to take you to that page, but you can still simply just say, yes, I want to go here. And it's going to take us to the page in which I got that information from. See? So it's the same page, right? So now I have that done. So I can use books from off the internet. I've used websites, and I can also use a video. So I want to go back to my search. How do earthquakes happen? I gotta type it in, I guess. There it is, the same. And so now I want to use a video instead of a website. And I can find a video. I may find one on YouTube. And I can learn the same information in auditorial and visual format. Of course, there is a, this looks like a more friendlier video. And after the video, I can skip the ads. And it's going to tell me all about earthquakes.
The world around you is just full of things that are on the move. Airplanes in the sky, cars on the road, and tons of animals, including you and me, are walking around everywhere. But you know, the crust of the earth is certainly very strong. It's not made of one big piece.
And then as it tells me
surface,
about
for example,
earthquakes,
this fault, which runs almost...
I can learn about them. But to cite the information, I'll get the share link from here, copy it, and then once I type a sentence on my website, I'm just going to say this is what it talks about. I didn't really listen to it, but you will. The earth crust has faults. Like, let's say I got that information from here, and I also want to bold that word because that's a special word there. But if I got this from that video, I want to type the name of the video. So it's what causes earthquakes, YouTube. On my website, I can put a YouTube video. What causes earthquakes? That's the title of it. In parentheses, and I can highlight it, and I can get the exact link that I use. Remember, I copied it from YouTube, paste it here, and apply. And so now, when I'm in preview mode and I'm looking at my page and I want to refer to these different websites, it's going to take me to this website where I got that information. Or if I want to see the video, it's going to take me to YouTube, to that exact video where I got the other information. So now all of those things are hyperlinked into my page. And then remember, you can hyperlink your vocab words to the glossary if you would like, by simply highlighting them. Click on insert link, go to the glossary, press apply. Now I can, once I am published, I can click on that and it will take me to the glossary, which this that word should be listed there once I finish my glossary. So hopefully that helps with you using websites, books, and or videos to create your website. Check out the next video on adding extras, and then we'll go to publishing our site and turning in our websites. We're almost done. Happy learning.